Well, good day. How about some more baseball? And this is Wayne Albright, and I am here to continue my adventure through the 2025 Major League Baseball playoffs. We are in the divisional series round of the American and National League, and this game day, October 7th, and this is the nightcap of the day. The game earlier pitted Cleveland against Seattle in a 1-0 victory for Cleveland to even the series at 1-1, and that series will head to Cleveland. And for this game, it will be the Toronto Blue Jays hosting the Boston Red Sox, and the Blue Jays are hoping to change the tenor of this series. They lost game 1 4-0, and we'll see how this goes for the Red Sox, who basically dominated that first game. We are at the Rogers Center in Toronto for an evening game with the roof closed and 50,000 plus expected to be in attendance. So I'm looking forward to this game. And this is game 2 of the American League Division Series. So the lineups we will go to: first, for the visiting Boston Red Sox, Rob Refsnyder plays left field and leads off. Trevor Story bats second and is the shortstop. Alex Bregman is the third baseman and bats third. Masataka Yoshida is the DH, bats fourth. Nathaniel Lowe, the first baseman, bats fifth. Romy Gonzalez, the second baseman, bats sixth. Jaron Duran, the center fielder, bats seventh. Batting eighth, Wilyer Abreu plays right field, and batting ninth, Carlos Narvaez, and he will catch. The starting pitcher for the Boston Red Sox is Garrett Crochet. 32 games, 18-5 record, 2.59 ERA, probably a top candidate for the Cy Young in the American League in 2025. For the homestanding Toronto Blue Jays, leading off, George Springer, the DH. Batting second, Bo Bichette, the shortstop. Batting third, the first baseman, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Batting fourth, third baseman, Addison Barger. Batting fifth, Anthony Santander, and he'll play right field. Batting sixth, Alejandro Kirk, the catcher. Dalton Varsho, the center fielder, bats seventh. Davis Schneider, the left fielder, will bat eighth. And batting ninth, the left-handed batter and second baseman, Andres Jimenez. The starting pitcher for the Toronto Blue Jays for this game 2 will be Shane Bieber. Appeared in 7 games, 4-2 record, 3.57 earned run average. So we will head out to the stadium now for this game 2, and I'm hoping for a good game. There's been a lot of good games so far in the tournament, and after this game, the game day will be completed, and all the series will have 2 games in the books. So here we go, out to the Rogers Center in Toronto. And a packed crowd, and indoors. And the defensive alignment for the Toronto Blue Jays in this game will go as follows. Schneider in left field, Varsho in center, and Santander in right. At third base, Barger. Bichette plays shortstop. Jimenez at second base, and Guerrero Jr. at first. The battery is Kirk, the catcher, and Shane Bieber, the right-handed pitcher for the Toronto Blue Jays. So leading off for the Boston Red Sox here in Game 2 will be Rob Refsnyder. He's 3 for 13 in the playoffs. Batting .231, the right-handed batter leads off. We will have a fly-in and then a 3-1 pitch to start this game. Toronto in their dark uniforms as the home team. And he walks. So Refsnyder is aboard as the first base runner of the game. Trevor Story will step in, batting .167, 3 for 18 with 1 home run and 3 RBIs. Refsnyder leads off first. And he'll stay there, and it will line into center field, and that will be a base hit. Refsnyder will stop at second. So the crowd here in Toronto is already a little uneasy to start this game. And Brakeman will step in, the third baseman, batting right on the right-hand side. He's 4 for 14 with 2 RBIs, batting .286 in these playoffs. First and second, nobody out here in the top of the first for the Red Sox. 3-1 pitch. That's outside, so Shane Bieber is having a rough start to this game. This is not what Toronto wanted, having lost the first game and being shut out. Boston looking to take charge early. Yoshida will step in, the left-handed batter, 3 for 8 in the playoffs, batting .375. So the bases are loaded with nobody out. The infield plays back this early in the game, hoping for a double play. First pitch to Yoshida. And that is popped foul outside of the home plate. And Kirk will grab it, and that's the first out. Nathaniel Lowe will bat, the left-handed batter, 2 for 6, 2 RBIs, .333 average in these playoffs, with the bases still loaded and 1 out, as Bieber tries to fight his way through this first inning. And the first pitch to Lowe. It is grounded to short. Over to first is the only play, and it will be a fielder's choice RBI for Nathaniel Lowe. So Refsnyder will score. Other base runners will move up 90 feet, and it's 1-0 Boston here with 2 outs in the top of the first. Romy Gonzalez. So if he gets out of this with only 1 run, that will be an accomplishment, and that will be good, because it could be much worse. But he still has to get this person, and that's Gonzalez, 2 for 16, 2 RBIs, 125 in these playoffs. So 2 outs and a 2-strike pitch. On the inside corner, he struck him out. So limited damage from the Red Sox as Bieber gets out of it with only 1 run given up. We are going to the bottom of the first. Red Sox have a run and lead 1-0. So Crochet going out to the mound for the first time, the left-handed pitcher. Like I said before, he's probably the top candidate for the Cy Young in the American League with 18 wins. And he will face Springer, Bichette, and Guerrero as the Toronto Blue Jays try to muster some offense here in this series. And a good place to start would be the first inning. 3 balls, 1 strike from Crochet to Springer. Grounded softly to short. Story up with it, throws to first, and that's the first out. So Toronto won the division, hosts this. It will have the home field advantage, not only in this series, but through the playoffs in the American League. So stepping in will be Bo Bichette, the shortstop. 2 for 5 in the first game. And a 2-2 pitch. Fly ball, well hit to right field. It will clear the top of the fence, and Bichette gives them a home run to right field, and the game is tied. The first run for the Blue Jays in this series is a home run from Bichette to right field. It barely cleared the fence at 360 feet. So some offense from the Blue Jays finally, as Guerrero will step in. We're tied 1-1. So already some fireworks in this early part of the game. Guerrero, 2-2 pitch. And he, on the outside corner, changeup got him, and that strikeout looking, and that's 2 outs. So the third baseman will step in, Addison Barger. Didn't play in the first game. 2 outs, nobody on, and a 2-strike pitch from Crochet. Struck him out. So he ends the inning with 2 strikeouts. Struck him out on the sinker, but the Blue Jays get a run on a hit, home run from Bichette. And it's tied 1-1 after 1 inning here in Toronto. Shane Bieber will face Duran, Abreu, and Narvaez. I forgot the V when I wrote it down. The catcher. So a little bit of a rough start for Bieber. He got out of it with only 1 run given up. Duran is 7 for 18 with 1 home run, 5 RBIs in these playoffs, hitting .389. Left-handed batter awaits a 1-2 pitch. And a strikeout on a cutter, and that's 1 out. Abreu will bat. Left-handed batter and right fielder. He's 2 for 13 in these playoffs, 3 RBIs, and hitting .154. 2 balls, 1 strike. Fly ball out to right, or left center field. Over to get it is Schneider. He went to his left, not too far. Pretty routine play, and that's 2 outs. So the 9th batter will step in for the Red Sox, the catcher, Narvaez. He's 3 for 13, batting .231 with a home run and an RBI in these playoffs so far. And a 2-2 pitch with 2 outs. That is lined to the second baseman. And Jimenez grabs it, and that's the 3rd out. So 1-2-3. Go the Red Sox here in the top of the 2nd. We are still tied 1-1, heading to the bottom of the 2nd inning. And Crochet will face Santander, Kirk, and Varsho. I think it's Varsho. 0 for 4 in the first game with Santander, over from Baltimore. And a 1-1 pitch. Lined into right center field. It will land in front of Abreu, and Santander trying to stretch it to second, and he will get thrown out at second base. So, Abreu throws him out after the single. And that's the 1st out. So a little bit of aggressive base running. Hurts the Blue Jays. Didn't work out that well. So now there's 1 out, and Kirk will bat. 2 for 4 in the first game. And a 1-1 pitch. Fly ball. Left field, and underneath it is Refsnyder, and that will be 2 outs. Why are we hearing airplanes again? I love these airplanes that fly across, and we're inside. So, Varsho will bat. 0 for 4 in the first game. And a 1-2 pitch. And a strikeout for Crochet on a cutter. 94 miles an hour on the outside corner. 1-2-3 for Toronto. 2 complete. It's 1-1. Refsnyder, the top of the order. Story and Bregman to face Shane Bieber. He had trouble in the first inning with these batters. See how he does this time. He walked his first time and then scored the only run so far for the Red Sox. 2-strike pitch to Refsnyder. On the outside corner, and he gets him on a fastball looking, and that's 1 out. Good pitch by Bieber. Trevor Story singled his first time. So 1 out, top of the 3rd. And a 2-2 pitch. And he struck him out on a curveball. And that's 2 outs. Alex Bregman will bat. He walked his first time. He has 2 RBIs in this playoff so far. So 2 outs, nobody aboard. And the first pitch to Bregman. That is flied out to shallow left field. In comes Refsnyder, and he will grab it. So a 1-2-3, top of the 3rd for Shane Bieber, and the score remains 1-1. Crochet faces Schneider, Jimenez, and Springer, the top of the order. 1 run, 1 hit for Boston, 1 run, 2 hits for the Blue Jays. The 8, 9, and 1 hitters here in this inning. And a 1-1 pitch. Sharp ground ball down the line at third. Brakeman will make the play, and that's 1 out. So Jimenez will bat. 0 for 3, game 1, batting left-handed against Crochet. And the first pitch. That is lined into left field. That will be a base hit. So the third hit for the Blue Jays. And a runner aboard with 1 out. In the top of the order, Springer coming to bat. 0 for 1 today, grounded out. Shortstop to first. Stolen base threat at first. Crochet, the left-hander, will keep an eye on him. And it's lined into center field. That will be a base hit. So back-to-back hits, and there goes Jimenez to third, and he will make it. The throw is off target from Abreu, or Duran. And it's first and third with 1 out. That brings up Bichette. So a little bit of stirring going on here in Rogers Center in Toronto, as Crochet faces Bichette, who's already homered his first time. So a little bit of breathing room possible for the Blue Jays if Bichette can come through. 1 strike pitch. There it goes. The runners, oh, they're going to steal home and second base, and there's an error at second. A double steal, and the run will score. I think that's a stolen base and an error. Bad throw, so the error will go to Narvaez. I think that's a stolen base. So a double steal. Wow, that's interesting. I had not seen that in a while. Here in the bottom of the third inning, and yes, he steals second. Bichette steals second. And throw by center fielder. And Jimenez scores. Yes. So a double steal puts Toronto ahead. There was an error on the catcher, and Springer will be on third base now. And there's only 1 out, and Bichette's still at bat. So another run is available for Toronto. A little bit of aggressive infield in. Fly ball well hit to right field. He's done it again. He hits it into the bullpen, and his second home run of this game for Bichette. And it's now 4-1 Toronto. So back-to-back home runs for Bichette and at bats. And 3 runs are in now for Toronto here in the bottom of the third inning. So Bichette came to hit today. And still only 1 out. So Crochet is getting a little bit of, he's getting attacked a lot here. So can he get out of this inning without any more damage as Guerrero steps in? 0 for 1, struck out his first time. To a full count, and that's flied out to left field, but it's shallow. And Ref Snyder will grab it, and that's 2 outs. So the Blue Jays have definitely come to hit in this game. They lead 4-1. And they will try to add on. Barger will bat. He struck out his first time. So 2 outs now for Crochet, and a full count to him. And that's flied out relatively deep to right field. To the warning track is Abreu, and that's the 3rd out. So 3 runs, 3 hits, and nobody left, and there was an error. After 3, it's 4-1 Blue Jays. So Shane Bieber has a cushion now, entering the mound for the top of the 4th. We'll be seeing a game with fireworks this game. We'll see. 1-1 pitch to Yoshida, who had popped out it to the catcher his first time. He grounds sharply to second. Jimenez grabs it, throws to Guerrero, and that's the first out. Nathaniel Lowe grounded out his first time, drove in a run, and a 1-1 pitch coming to him. Fly ball into left center field, over to his left is Schneider, and that will be the second out. So 2 outs. It seems Bieber has calmed down. He has gotten the last 11 batters. And Romy Gonzalez, who is 0 for 1, he struck out his first time. So Bieber, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts so far. And the first pitch to Gonzalez. Ground ball to short. There's Bichette with the throw to first, and that's the third out. So 1, 2, 3, 12 in a row now for Bieber. And after 3.5, Toronto 4 and Boston 1. So not the start or the pitching performance that Crochet wants and is used to during the season and has accomplished. So he's trying to fight it out. And Santander will step in. He singled his first time, tried to stretch it into a double and got thrown out at second. And then Kirk and Varsho. 1-2 pitch to Santander. And it's a strike on the inside corner. A changeup, and that's 1 out. That's the 4th strikeout for Crochet. Kirk will step in. He's 0 for 1. He flew out to left field. So bottom of the 4th now. And a 1-strike pitch. That is popped out just outside of first base, and that will be grabbed by Lowe. And that's 2 outs. So looking for a easy inning for Crochet here. And a strikeout victim is Varsho the first time. So 2 outs and a full count. Struck. Oh, it's low. It's walk. Fastball missed and puts a base runner on. Thought that was going to be called strike 3. Davis Schneider will step in. He's 0 for 1. Grounded to third. So 2 outs. Varsho at second. He is a stolen base threat. 2 balls, no strikes. He doesn't go. Ground ball to third. Bregman grabs it, throws it to first, and that's the third out. So, no runs, no hits, 1 left. 4 complete. Toronto 4 and Boston 1. Shane Bieber is retired 12 in a row. And he will face Duran, Abreu, and Narvaez. Had trouble in the first inning. Got out of that. And has been humming along ever since. So here's Duran. He struck out his first time. And a 1-ball, 2-strike pitch. And a strikeout on a fastball in the inside corner. And that's the first out of the top of the 5th. Abreu steps in. Flew out to left field his first time. And a 2-strike pitch coming. That is lined out toward the foul line in left field, and over to get it is Schneider, and that's 2 outs. Narvaez will step in. He is 0 for 1. So 14 in a row have been set down by Bieber. 1-1 pitch to Kirk. Fly ball, well hit to right field. It's out toward the warning track. Drifting under it is Santander on a 1-2-3 inning. 15 in a row have been set down by Bieber. And we've completed 4.5. Toronto 4, Boston 1. Crochet will face the 9th batter and then the top of the order. And Bichette comes up again. Can he make it 3 home runs in this game? Blue Jays have gotten what they needed out of this team today so far, but we still got several more innings to go for the Red Sox to hit. So, Jimenez had a base hit his first time, and he was part of the double steal that scored the first for the second run for the Blue Jays, the first one that inning in the third. And the first pitch to Jimenez from Crochet. And that's grounded up the middle, and that will be a base hit, so his second hit of the game. And a leadoff hit, and Springer will step in. So Toronto is trying to add on. They need to win to even the series before it goes back to Boston. Or goes to Boston, not back to Boston. We haven't been to Boston yet. So, top of the order, Springer singled, stole a base, and then reached third on the error on that double steal. So he's 1 for 2. Jimenez leads off first. He has a stolen base threat. And a full count. He doesn't go anywhere. It is flied out to center field. It's headed toward the fence, and it will land at the fence. And here comes Jimenez, and he will stop at third with a double for Springer. So a double puts runners at second and third with nobody out here in the bottom of the fifth inning as Crochet faces Bichette, who has already homered twice. So they can blow the game open a little bit here with Bichette. They're not going to take out Crochet. He's going to try and get Bichette out. See if that is successful. And a 2-2 pitch with the infield in. It is lined to short, and they will make a double play at second. As Springer took off from second and gets doubled up at second base on the line out. So that's a help to Crochet. Now there's 2 outs with Jimenez at third. Wow, what a play. They just ran themselves out of a potentially big inning that could have extended this game and put it out of reach. So it's still 4-1. And now there's 2 outs with Guerrero stepping in. He's 0 for 2. Can Crochet get out of the bottom of the fifth? 1-2 pitch. Struck him out, and he does do that. Strikeout number 5, and a fastball in the inside corner. So, what started out as a promising bottom of the fifth inning with 2 base runners leaves them with nothing. So, no runs, 2 hits, 1 left. 5 innings are in the book, and it's 4-1 Toronto. Shane Bieber has retired 15 in a row, and he is now in the 6th inning. The only blemish is a run in the first when he had the bases loaded to start against him, and he only gave up 1 run. So far, 1 run, 1 hit, and 1 error for Boston. 4 runs, 7 hits, no errors for Toronto. So Ruff Snyder will step in. 0 for 1. He has struck out and walked. Trying to get something going here. 2 strikes from Bieber. And that is lined to the shortstop. On 1 hop, he takes it and throws it to first. So Bichette makes a good play. He gets the first out. 16 now in a row for Bieber. Trevor Story. He is 1 for 2. He has singled and struck out. Red Sox have done nothing since the first inning. And they have that 1 hit, which was Story that inning. 2 balls, no strikes. Fly ball well hit to right field. I think that's going to end up in the bullpen. And that will be a home run for Story as Santander watches it go over the fence 368 feet from home plate. And Story cuts into the lead with that home run. He is responsible for the only hits for the Red Sox. That's a big one. Gets him closer. And that ends the string at 16 in a row for Shane Bieber. And now it will be Alex Bregman will bat. He is 0 for 1. He walked and he's flied out. So the Red Sox draw closer. This game is not over by any stretch, I don't think. And a 1-2 pitch. That is lined to the shortstop, and that'll be the second out. Now Yoshida will step in. He is 0 for 2, popped out and grounded out. So 2 outs in the top of the 6th. And the first pitch. That is lined to the shortstop, and that will be the third out. Perfect positioning for Bichette on 2 lineouts. And they do get a run on 1 hit, the home run from Story, and 5.5, Toronto 4, Boston 2. Crochet still in here at 82 pitches. Barger, Santander, and Kirk will bat. 0 for 2 is Barger. The lead has been cut to 2. And a 1-2 pitch. And a strikeout for Crochet on a changeup, and that's the first out. Trying to keep it close so the Red Sox bats can get this back in their favor, potentially. Santander singled, and he struck out. 0-2. And Crochet strikes him out. 3 strikeouts in a row. For Crochet, 7 on the game. He's walked 1. He's given up 7 hits and 4 runs. And Kirk will bat. He's 0 for 2. 1-1 pitch. That is lined up the middle, and that will be a base hit for Kirk. So a 2-out single puts a runner on first. As the Blue Jays try to rally here in the bottom of the 6th. And Varsho will bat. He's 0 for 1. He's walked and struck out. So 2 outs. And a 1-strike pitch. That is flied out to center field. Over to his left and in a little bit is Duran, and that'll be the third out. So no runs, 1 hit, 1 left. After 6 innings, Toronto still leads 4-2. So Shane Bieber will face Lowe, Gonzalez, and Duran here. Top of the 7th. Trying to draw closer are the Red Sox. Infield and outfield playing normal. Lowe is 0 for 2, but he does have an RBI. And a 2-2 pitch. Fly ball center field, over to his left a little bit. Is Varsho, and that's the first out. Gonzalez will bat. He is 0 for 2. He has struck out and grounded out in this game. 1 ball, no strikes. Fly ball well hit to left field, and we may be a run closer. And that will be the 3rd home run, or the 2nd home run for the Red Sox. And the 4th home run this game, and it's another solo shot, and the Red Sox now are within 1 run. As Gonzalez strikes that ball 349 feet down toward the foul line, in the foul pole. And it's 3-2, or 4-3 now. As Duran will step in, and that might be it for Bieber. He's only had 75 pitches. Duran is 0 for 2. He has struck out twice. And Toronto, looking at their bullpen, see what we want to do here. They basically have 2 left-handers. They have a Mantiply and Lauer. So do we go with Bieber still? Yep, we're going to keep Bieber in. 4-3. Toronto leads by 1. And 1 out here in the top of the 7th. 1-2 pitch to Duran. And that's a strikeout. Check swing, but the pitch was over the plate, and that's 3rd time to strike out Duran. So here's Abreu to bat. He has flied out twice to left field. So the Red Sox are now within a run. And see if Bieber can manage to get through this inning. This is probably his last batter or the last inning. Full count. That is lined to short, and there's Bichette to catch another one, and that's the third out. The Red Sox score a run on a home run, and after we are at stretch time in the middle of the 7th inning, Toronto 4 and Boston 3. So we're back, and Crochet is still on the mound. And he will pitch to Schneider, Jimenez, and in the top of the order, potentially. Schneider is 0 for 2. He's grounded out twice. 4-3 now. Toronto leading Boston has 2 home runs. The last 2 innings for Boston have drawn them within that run. And now a 1-2 pitch. And that's a strike looking. Cutter. And that's 1 out. Seems like Crochet is getting stronger in this game as he goes, and that's the 8th strikeout. He's up to 100 pitches. So Jimenez with 2 singles. He has scored a run. Toronto still hanging on to that 1-run lead. And a 1-2 pitch. And another strikeout. That's number 9. And back-to-back strikeouts, and that's 2 outs. And Springer is up. Does Crochet stay in to get him? 1 walk, 2, and 9 strikeouts. 104 pitches for the ace of the staff for the Red Sox. They're going to keep him in and try to get this last out of this inning. Springer is 2 for 3. He has scored a run, he has stolen a base. And a 1-ball, no strike pitch. Fly ball, shallow center field. Coming in is Duran, and that will be the 3rd out. So he does manage to make it through this inning. We've completed 7 here in Toronto. And it's 4-4. 4-3, Toronto. Maybe wishful thinking, maybe not. We'll see how it goes. But it's 4-3 now. And Bieber will be finished after 7 innings. So a good outing for Bieber. And he will give up to the bullpen with the lead. Face 26 batters. And the batting order will be Narvaez, Refsnyder, and Story, as Toronto will go to the bullpen for the first time. We have Sir Anthony Garcia. Where are we? The 8th inning. Jeff Hoffman. Jeff Barrios. Dominguez has the best earned run average. So Sir Anthony Dominguez will come in to pitch here in the top of the 8th. Toronto. All right, we're in the later innings, and we'll see if the Red Sox have more magic in them. They won game 1 4-0. They trail in this game 4-3. Narvaez, Refsnyder, and Story to bat. Narvaez is 0 for 2. And a 1-2 pitch from Dominguez. Strike 3, struck him out on a slider, and that's the first out. Refsnyder to step in, 0 for 2 with a walk and a run score. Do they go to a pinch hitter? Let's see. I didn't think about that. Roman Anthony is available. Batted .292. And he does play left field. going to go to the pinch hitter, Roman Anthony, to bat for Ref Snyder. So Anthony will bat and be the pinch hitter. Anthony is 1 for 10 in the series, left-handed batter. So 1 out here in the top of the 8th, and Boston needs a run. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Anthony, and he struck him out on a slider, and that's 2 outs. So Dominguez has brought the fire, it seems, and it will be Trevor Story to bat. He is 2 for 3. He has a home run and a run scored in that home run. That's obvious. You hit a home run, you score. So 2 outs, top of the 8th, as Dominguez tries to get him to the 9th, or to the bottom of the 8th, at least. 2 strikes. Struck him out, and that will be strike out the side, and a 1-2-3, top of the 8th for Dominguez, and it's 4-3, heading to the bottom of the 8th inning. You have an incomplete lineup. And I'm going to put Roman Anthony in left field. So Boston will finally go to the bullpen. They will face Bichette, Guerrero, and Barger. So, that's not a good ERA. Connor Early pitched well. Connolly Early. Whitlock, he's a closer type. I guess to keep it close, they could use him. They have Chapman, who is their actual closer, but he's tired, it looks like. Dustin May, no. Steven Matz, who's batting again? Bichette, Guerrero, and Barger. We're going to go with Connolly Early. Early will pitch. A left-hander. So 7 innings for Crochet. He gives up 4 runs. He does stand to lose this game if Boston cannot come through in the top of the 9th. Early. Batters. There's that airplane again. All right. Early will face Bichette, Guerrero, and Barger. Bichette has homered twice in 3 trips. 2 balls, no strikes. Lined into right field, and that will be a leadoff base hit. Bichette will be at first, and Guerrero will bat. He is 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts. Bichette leads off, and Bichette tried to go and then went back and lined to first, and that's the first out. So they almost doubled Bichette off at first base with that line out. And Addison Barger will bat as Toronto tries to add an insurance run here in the bottom of the 8th. First pitch. There goes Bichette. He will be safe. He steals second, puts himself in scoring position with 1 out. So an aggressive move there. 2-strike pitch to Barger. Strike 3 looking. Good pitch. Fastball. That's the 3rd time Barger has struck out in this game. And now there's 2 outs. And Anthony Santander will bat. Switching over to the other side of the plate, now batting right-handed. Bichette at second would be an insurance run. 1 strike, ground ball to short, gobbled up by Story. He throws it over, but it's a bad play at first base. And that will be an error for the Red Sox and put runners at first and third with 2 outs. Question is, who is the error on? It's up, throw over first, throw off the mark, so it's probably the shortstop. So the error will go to Story on the throw. So now it's first and third with 2 outs, and Kirk will bat. 1 ball, no strikes. Lined into left field, and that will go all the way to the fence. 1 run is in, it's 5-3. And a double for Kirk gives him an insurance run, as Bichette will score. And ending up at third base will be Santander. So now there's 2 outs, 5-3 Toronto. Varsho will bat. He is 0 for 2, so 2 more runners are waiting out there here in the bottom of the 8th inning. So an insurance run for Toronto. 2 outs. That is lined into center, and that will get 2 more. And that will make the score 7-3. So a base hit scores 2 runs, and they have broken it open here in the bottom of the 8th inning with 3 runs, as Early cannot get out of this inning, and Schneider will bat. 11 hits now for Toronto as they've broken it open a little bit. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ground ball to short. There's Story over to second. That will be out. Fielder's choice. They get the lead runner, and the error really hurt that inning. They should have been out of the inning, and they were not. So 4 runs on 3 hits, and they leave 1. Now it's 7-3 heading to the 9th as Toronto looks to close this game out and tie the series. And Dominguez will give way to, let's see who's up. Bregman, Yoshida, and Lowe. They're going to bring in Lauer. Eric Lauer will pitch. Dominguez did his job, struck out all of his batters. So Lauer will pitch with a 4-run lead here in the top of the 9th inning. He's a left-hander. During the season, 9-2, 3.18 ERA. So we are now in the 9th, and Bregman, Yoshida, and Lowe are scheduled to bat. And a full count to Bregman as Toronto looks to close this game. Fly ball, left field, drifting over is Anthony, and that's the first, or Schneider, that's the first out. Always look at the wrong chart. So 1 out. Yoshida steps in, and we'll see if there's a pinch hitter. Not really. So Yoshida will bat with 1 out, facing Lauer, the left-hander. 1 ball, 1 strike. Fly ball center field, drifting a little to his right. That will go all the way to the fence. And that will be a double for Yoshida here in the 9th. So a base runner is on, and Nathaniel Lowe to bat. Nathaniel Lowe is 0 for 3, but he does have an RBI. Let's see what they've got here. Does Rafaela play? So there's other left-handed batters down the road. Lowe. Okay. Lowe will bat. He's 0 for 3 with an RBI. 1 out, and Eric Lauer on the mound. 1 ball, no strikes. Grounded to second. looks like a routine play for Jimenez, and that would be the second out. On the play, Yoshida goes to third. And their Blue Jays are 1 out away from tying this series. Gonzalez steps in. He has homered in 3 trips. So 2 outs, Yoshida at third with a 4-run lead and a 1-1 pitch. Grounded to short. Bichette will come in, make the throw to first, and the series is tied. 3 outs, no runs, a hit, and 1 left. And that concludes this game as Toronto evens the series at 1 game apiece. They win this game 7-3. So the Blue Jays celebrate, and the fans are happy as they'll leave the ballpark. Losing pitcher, O'Shea, and Bieber will be the winning pitcher. And I don't think there's a save. Lauer faced four batters. All right, let's go to the recap of this game and this game day, and we'll be able to move on to the next day. So the conclusion of this game as the Toronto Blue Jays take advantage of 11 hits, score 7 runs, and win by 4. And let's see who the player of the game is. It's probably Bieber. Oh, it's Bo Bichette. So the guy with the two solo home runs that propelled Toronto will be the player of the game. He went 3 for 4 with 3 RBIs and 3 runs scored. So a little over 3 hours in fake minutes, or fake hours. And we can look at the pitching staff here. Crochet takes the loss. He did pitch pretty well, 9 strikeouts, but gave up 2 solo home runs to Bichette and the 4 runs. And the winning pitcher is Shane Bieber. Lasted 7 innings, 85 pitches. And Dominguez had a hold. All the runs for early were unearned because of the error to Story that opened the inning. It should have been the inning, and it got prolonged by that error in the bottom of the 8th inning. In the hitting department, Story had 2 hits and he had a home run. RBI for Lowe and a RBI single for Gonzalez, or was that a double? Gonzalez's was a home run, actually. Okay. So he had a home run. For the Toronto Blue Jays, 3 hits, like I said, 3 for 4 for Bichette with 3 RBIs, 2 home runs. Stringer had 2 hits. Kirk had 2 hits. Varsho a hit and 2 RBIs. And Jimenez had on base. So we have concluded this game day with a victory for the Toronto Blue Jays. So let's go to the, leave game. Okay, I don't want to press the wrong button. I've done that before. So we conclude this game day, October 7th. The earlier game was the Guardians and Mariners. That was a good pitching matchup. 1-0. And the conclusion in the nightcap, and Toronto wins the game and head to Boston, tied 1-1. So 3 runs, 4 hits, 2 errors for Boston, and the winning Toronto Blue Jays had 7 runs, 11 hits, and no errors. Star of the game, Bichette with 2 home runs, solo home runs. So now I think we can continue to the next game day, and it should be the National League, I would think. I'm not positive of that, but we should see the Reds and Phillies and the Padres in Milwaukee in the next game day. So these are finished, and I can continue. And Phillies have this person that I don't know who he is and don't really care because he's not going to get used anyway. So we'll go to the playoff coverage or playoff picture. Let's see who plays in the next game day. And I am correct, an afternoon game in Cincinnati with a series tied at 1. Phillies and Reds, it'll be Rangers Suarez, and I'm not sure if Abbott will be the starting pitcher for Cincinnati or not. And then the nightcap out in San Diego, Milwaukee has to hang on. They've got their face elimination now. They've lost the first two, and they head to San Diego for the next two. So we'll see if San Diego can pull it off and move on to the championship series and knock off the #1 seed. So these are the games coming up in the next game day, the 8th of October. And we'll have to wait till the 9th and probably have all 4 of them again. So I'm looking forward to the next game as the Phillies will play in Cincinnati. And nothing else that I see is going on. And we will go in that direction as we conclude this game day of October 7th with a win by Toronto. So that's it. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.